I'm a little bit late in reviewing this deck, but as they say, better late than not sometimes doing it. What up, crew? Today we're going to be taking a look at these DMC V4 Elites. I always like doing cardistry before we actually start the video. It just makes me feel warmed up a little bit more. And now before we get started, make sure to like and subscribe for more of this. With that being said, let's take a closer look at this deck. Boom! To start off, these cards are produced by the Sovereign Playing Card Company and printed by the USPCC on premium B stock. And as I mentioned, these are the V4 Elites. That means there were prior editions and a later edition. That just goes to tell you how late I was in reviewing this deck. And always, to start off any review, the first thing we do is take a look at the tuck case. So overall, it's a matted and textured forest green color with some gold foil on it, and it just looks really nice, really minimalistic. The front design of this tuck case is actually located on the back, and what I believe the back design should be is located on the front. Very similar to the David Blaine Gatorback tuck case. So looking at the back of the tuck case first, it has a debossed gold foil. The design almost looks like a stamp, which I believe was the intention. It says DMC right in the center, which stands for Drummond Money Coots, and you can see that printed right on top. And below that, it says Be, Love, Believe. And then right below the stamp, it says Elites. Then on the front of the tuck case, again, very minimalistic. It just has a circular gold foil with a diamond cut out of the center. The top and sides of this tuck case are left completely blank, just adding a bit more to that minimalist design. And then if you look on the bottom, it says V4 Elites, printed by USPCC, designed by Philip Smith, all written in gold text. All right, so opening up these cards, let's start off by taking a look at that back design. It looks like a bunch of small stretched out diamonds that are positioned in every which way. And then in the top center and bottom center, we see that same circle with the diamond within that we had seen on the front of the tuck case. Coming over to the jokers next, I believe they're a silhouette of DMC himself. One joker just has the design on it, while the other has a not so subtle Two of Hearts reveal right in the collar. As far as the ad cards go, the first one kind of gives you a history of the Elites. So let me just quickly read it out for you. The Elites deck is one of the most devious mark deck systems ever created. In 2014, British magician DMC collaborated with magic designer Philip Smith to carve out a timeless design that incorporated Smith's unique optical marking system. From their initial conception in 2014, Elites have since grown to become a weapon of choice to many thousands of magicians and professional card handlers worldwide. And now this is what I find really cool about this ad card. On the bottom, right, it says, please use these cards responsibly. The creators accept no legal responsibilities for the abuse or exploitation of these playing cards. I love how it actually mentions to use these cards responsibly. I feel like I'm watching the end of some alcohol commercial where they're promoting a beer. It's crazy. But anyway, speaking of that optical marking system, this brings us to the next ad card that talks about the actual marking of the deck. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but it has a very intuitive way of reading a marked deck. Definitely the easiest marking system that I have ever picked up. And to be honest, I've never used this deck in a performance, so it's difficult to gauge if a layman would easily figure out the markings. But most of the time, if someone isn't looking for a marking, they won't find it. But seriously, I believe this is a cool and unique way of marking the deck, the first that I've actually ever seen. Looking at the Ace of Spades next, it's a giant spade with the logo printed right in the center. And going through the rest of the cards, they actually look like standard bicycle cards. Pretty normal stuff. Pretty normal stuff we got there. As far as the handling goes, I mentioned they were printed on premium B stock, so they are a bit thicker and more durable than classic bicycle stock. This makes them slightly more difficult to handle for cardistry, but still I don't think it's much of a problem because they handle quite well. If you can do cardistry with a thinner deck, you can do cardistry with this deck. Thinking about the use of these cards, personally I'd use them just for card magic, but then again, you could cheat at card games, so let me start winding down now with some of my final thoughts. As most of you know, I am a fan of minimalistic design, so these playing cards were right up my alley. From the minimalist tuck case with the elegant features to the classic bicycle card faces. Now, do I love the back design? Honestly, no. I just feel like it looks a little bit weird. Like I feel like I'm looking at a maze from the top-down view, and for some reason the maze is consisted of stretched out diamonds, so that's a little strange. But I gotta say, I really admire and appreciate the marking system that they made using this back design, so definitely hats off for that. Now, what is my recommendation for this deck? I would say this is ideal for card collectors and magicians, pretty much for all the reasons that I listed. Probably not for cardists, as you can get better decks than this for cardistry, so probably go with another deck. And definitely not for people who want to play card games, because it'd be very simple to cheat. But then again, if you want to win... Anyway guys, thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you got something out of this deck review, and if you want to see some more, click on this playlist right here, because that's some more. So I'll see you there. Peace out.